Hello.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
My name's Tony Placido, and you won't see a whole lot of me tonight, which is weird for this show because usually I'm the host and the curator, but not tonight. Tonight, we brought in guests, but first, before that, I want to mention, and you'll probably hear this more than once tonight, it is our 9-year anniversary. Right? That's insane. If you have been a feature on this show, raise your hand. Okay, one over here, over here. Good, over here, over here. See, that's not a lot. That means the rest of you are new, which is kind of cool. And that happens like every month. So it's kind of a catch-22 because I kind of wish that more people would come more often that have been on the show, but then I'm also glad that it's new people. So keep coming back. We're here every third Wednesday, and we just keep having shows. You know, we just keep going. And next year, this time, we're going to have a big old hoorah here. So keep your eyes out for that. But tonight, we got a special show for you. We're going to celebrate Black History Month, but that's all I'm going to say about it. To get into it, I'm going to bring up the curator for tonight's show. That is Jessica Winnie.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming to share space with us. This show is special to me because I have invited some poets that inspire me. One of them is new to me. One of them I have known since I was 13 years old. And two other ones I have met along this journey these last few years. And so I invite you, after you hear them, engage with them, experience their words, to support them outside of just this space. And yeah, that's all I have for that. We have a wonderful host this evening, the Black Pearll Warren. And I'm going to give it away to her and let her introduce herself more so, if that's all right. All right. Thank you again for coming. And that's all right. Oh,
Can we?
Tell them about your stuff, too.
Right.
okay. Thank you. So I wear many hats. I'm a teacher in Hopkins. I teach at Gatewood Elementary. That is one of my first loves. And I'm also a poet, and I published a book. It's called Everything I Am. It's on the table over there. It's on the table in the front. A collection of work. My junior high coach, and one of the loves of my life is here. She actually edited the book as well. So my teacher, Flory Summers. So one of the people who inspired me to be a teacher, and one of the people who taught me how to love language, how to love literacy, how to play with words, and all of that. And so, and then also in the corner at the break, you can come talk to me about Minnesota Black Box. We curate boxes featuring local Black-owned businesses. There's usually about 5 to 7 products in the box. The goal is for you to learn more about these companies, shop locally, and even be more specific and intentional with how we spend our hard-earned money, and shop with Black-owned brands. And then switch. Say you're used to buying this, and you're like, oh, they make this. Make the switch. And so Minnesota Black Box, you can follow us online, Google us, all of that. So
Yes.
thank you.
How you beautiful people doing? Make some noise for yourself. It's real nice to celebrate Black History Month in a leap year, you know. Gave us an extra day to recognize that we're Black, right? Glad it takes 29 days for you to see that. I see this shit every day. No, being Black is fantastic and it's beautiful. We're going to get Winnie back up here to do a poem. My name is the Black Pearll. I'm a spoken word artist, author, poet, comedian, financial coach, somebody's baby mama, a daughter, somebody's son is in trouble now. You know, I'm just her, you know, and I'm honored that, you know, my dear sister Winnie invited me to come out and host for you all tonight. I'm gonna open up with a short poem. It's entitled "This Is Not Poetry." See, I really wasn't looking. Wasn't looking, but I found what's raptured my voice, lyrically sound. That raspy sensation sending earthquake vibrations, releasing what spores my soul's inspiration. See, your energy, it fills me, and your zeal propels me. With breath, I inhale thee, and though many have failed me, my words have never let me down. See, I really wasn't looking. I really wasn't looking, but I found what truly defines me deep down inside me. Some call it poetry, but I call it reality because I find it pure simplicity, describing what you mean to me, allowing the articulation of what I think, feel, and see to manifest and not just exist. It's a gardener's delight, a production of what's right, with no season, just rhyme with reason. See, I really wasn't looking. I really wasn't looking, but it found me, and now through it, I'm free. Offense or defense, no reason to repent because I enjoy being me. Forget the stereotypes and publicity. I write, eat, sleep, and breathe reality. And some people call that poetry. So we're here at Cracked Walnut, which is an amazing nonprofit poet organization. And it's their 9th year anniversary. And these are the seeds that sprouted. So I'm going to call up the first poet to the mic, and that is Lamonte the Poet. He's 23 years old, born in Chicago and raised here in Minnesota. He graduated from Washburn High School. Where my Millers at? We got some Millers in there. All right, Millers. All right. Where he found his love for passion and writing in the Black Box Theater. You guys give a warm round of applause for Lamonte the Poet.
How y'all doing?
All right.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
All right, well, I got 2 pieces. The first one I'm finna share is called Writing Never Dies. Deep sea diving in the sea through Pacific coast in my life. I wonder, does my 10 fingers count for 2 thumbs? There's 10 that'll break and 2 that'll stand straight. God is my hype man, no microphone to boast, a microwave to heat during cold times. I cry through hard times, but I breathe when I'm out the water. It's perfect to heal with the right tools you need. My objective is to touch the stars. I'll need to spark my wings to fly high. No comma equals no period. No words equal no sentence. Writing never dies. Colorful inks flying high in the sky through my cloudy thoughts. My brain is lost. I'm hard on my soul while the world is cold to the cost of living. I'm shivering. Listen to me breathe. Writing is a form of prayer. The pen dropped me to my knees. Writing is my savior. It helps me fight my enemies. Due to my insecurities, I feel the world is after me. I have a lot of pride that needs to die, and I have a lot of building I need to confide in order to keep my wings intact and avoid self-destruction. I'm blessed to be a writer. I'm blessed to be a fighter. I'm blessed to praise the Most High. I'm blessed to succeed with the lovely energy that is all around me. Now this next poem, I want to dedicate it to my special loved one. Her name is India Mae Jackson. She's sitting right there. Can y'all give her a round of applause? She's my fiance. We knew each other since 6th grade, and we rekindled last year. She's a licensed pharmacy technician, and she's gonna have her own magazine real soon. And she's finna graduate from college and get her bachelor's degree.
All right.
This for you, Queen. Light's on you. The sunlight shines on a special queen that means so much to me. To infinity, to my heart, and beyond, there are souls intertwined together. I know I haven't been the best, but I'll show my abilities to make sure the light is on you. I have a queen with a vision that matches my ambition. I can be so dedicated to the point where I don't see the big picture. With her amazing vision, she analyzes. She brings ideas to the table that's full of surprises. Things I would have not seen, been too late, but with my significant other, things will be quick to see. In the beginning, we established a connection like no other, co-signing on each other's journey with similar abilities, but with different beliefs. My heart is open for my visionary queen that closes her eyes when she visualizes a plan for us to execute to make our dream a reality. You see me? It's because I see you. It's like I know you, the truth that sets upon my miracles. Your fashion is mixed with your passion that is never lasting, the pleasure of joy. I climb up the mountains, I yelled I love you, with my tears are like a fountain. I scraped my knees, crumbled my fear, I yelled your name, hoping you'll hear. I am tired and I need some rest. I am tired while I'm not in my best. Dim your eyes, look into my soul. Who gives me strength? It's you as a whole. I need you before, when times was hard. I climbed to the mountaintop to touch your spark. The light is on you, queen, my beautiful, smart queen. You make me the happiest man alive. You are a true blessing. Thank you. God bless.
Y'all give another warm round of applause for Lamonte the Poet. We're going to keep this amazing show going because we got some fantastic folks lined up for you. So our next artist that we are bringing to the stage is Sunny B. Sunny B was born and raised in Minnesota. Sunny has been Queen Amina from FWUSA and Jane Doe from many underground hip hop projects. Her first love was music, and it was polished by her mother being an English teacher. She's always loved to write and had a unique opportunity of performing on some amazing stages. Every now and again, she peeks out to perform and purge, and then she goes back into hiding. So this is definitely a treat because we didn't got her out here, all right? So y'all give a special warm round of applause for Sunny B.
Good evening, good evening. Can you hear me? All right. My memory used to be better, so I did not require a book, but as such with age, we need one. Yeah. The first piece that I'm going to do for you has kind of been like an evolving piece, and it will kind of continue to change as the mental journey since COVID. I feel like everything has changed since COVID. Like there should be a PC and a AC. And it's called The Secret of the Blues. Auntie Billy sang it in the shadows with a smokiness and sadness. And they ate it up like gumbo, cracked open like crab legs, back broken like sad days. We wear it like our bad days, heavy, but it's our jazz phase. So we carry on with a gas face, a drum roll and a scat. Can't pretend this ain't a sad place. I hear it in the horn of Miles, the lyrics of Sam, the words of Malcolm, and the voice of Billy. I mean, it's silly, ain't it? I really can't explain it. I hear on the days where dragging myself out of my bed is work. When we celebrate in the showers and getting ready takes hours, my mind be playing with me like this is theirs and it's not ours. Beaten by the insanity. Definitely didn't plan to be. Laying in this bed, binge watching nothing. Ain't that something? And this piece is called Ina, and I'll explain what that means. I'm celebrating Chinese New Year this year because January was filled with the same bullshit as December. Honestly, all of 2023. It began with a call from the ghost of Christmas past as I had just begun to free myself from the pain of saying goodbye to my Ina. Ina is the Dakota word for mother. And though she was not mine, she did raise me. Plainly, she changed me, taught me about forgiveness and all the things I need on my journey. And so I helped her on her journey. She left me with a map, visited my night vision before she transitioned, sang with me, and affirmed my dream with her laugh. She made me believe that anything is plausible, that the little Sonny inside of me didn't need to be so vulnerable, that forgiveness isn't for the forgiven, it was for the lightness and brightness of my light, of my shine. But ghosts have a way of stealing light, even from candles. See, I've been sunny my whole life, but refuse to see what others see, and that's my light. The word for mother in Dakota is Ina, and while she was not mine, she did raise me. She helped me put my crown on and reminded me to straighten it, to reach for the stars, be fueled by the water, to wade in it, to be grateful for my blessings and wait for them. She taught me about love without conditions, speaking what I believe in with conviction in my native tongue, to be fueled by the drum, to recognize it in my own heartbeat, to trust in my God voice, to laugh when I'm filled with joy, to let tears fall when they're needed, to pray to whomever I believe in, to love freely and without expectations, to be patient. Ina is the Dakota word for mother, and she was not mine, except when she was. I swear I'm doing this tonight because she said I still had to perform. So, and I miss her every day. Every day. This piece is called Hijacking Hip Hop, and I am a 90s kid. I went to high school in the 90s. I lived when hip hop was becoming a thing in the 70s and 80s, and I watched as it was corrupted and has been corrupted and further corrupted and further corrupted. And to now it's not even a thing that I recognize. I don't know what half of these songs, if you can call them that, are even saying. But Jim Morrison said, "He who controls the media controls the masses." And we gave them access, unlimited access. Seated on the couch at 4 p.m. on Sundays to listen to radio advertisements on how our hard-earned taxed dollars were best spent. And then we gave them more as we gathered round on our living room floors where games used to be played and parties were thrown, where we laughed and learned to dance and braided hair and told stories, where we plotted a revolution that has been uprooted by YouTubers and its pollution. We had the plan. We were the plan. And they killed every voice that would sing it. Taught us how good it was if you could steal, but how much better it was if you could sling it. Stole our Sam Cooks to give us halfway crooks. So now we making giants out of midgets. And we cry how much that we miss them. Then let their processions be led by these pigeons, whose aspirations are these ass aberrations, wanting nothing more than 1 million followers their lab created. They are fake diamonds. They cloning Tyrone and we lining up for vaccinations. Slipped into the mRNA, turned the hood into massive graves, yeah? He who controls the media controls the minds. As we wake up to our devices that seem to have a vice grip on all the days of our lives as the world turns, spinning whack MCs off of microphones, Yeah.
Sunny D.
And this last piece I wrote actually because I was talking to my daughter about the things that they don't tell you when you're born a woman. It started as a very casual conversation, but in my head, because I'm a poet, as many of you are, it evolved into something way different than that. The things they don't tell you when you're born a woman include how much your worth will be determined by what that womb do. That at 12 or 13, when your chests are turning into breasts, you must be cognizant of how you dress. Don't want your male counterparts to think you're super fast. And yes, I know what the fuck I just said. At 13 or 14, you's a woman now. Your indiscretions can be easily detected. Impure thoughts trail fingertips up your young dresses. And as those soft kisses of 15 become zipper burning at 16, that, my dear, that becomes love. The things they don't tell you when you're born a woman include that first love filled with promises of forever and innocence will be what you spend forever chasing, constantly working on how you can be someone's everything. They'll give you love in basketball and you'll imagine yourself Maya. And if you love him hard enough, he'll be your cue when you smile. The things they don't tell you when you're born a woman are that while you loved him at 18, you love you at 25. And you know that you can't love you and him both. Plus, you already got the best part of him. And this him is a mix of your faces. His soft curls and old soul with traces of all the things you love about you both. And exactly none of the things that give you pause. Like why no one explained to you that the pain of you every month from becoming a woman to now. And I'm sure someone somewhere will blame Eve. But that's a tad convenient, don't you see? That if I can convince you that your gift is really a curse, you stop seeing the joy in it. Though your worth has always been and always will be tied to it, the moments when you feel his breath against your neck as he sleeps on your chest will mean just a little less if you can't celebrate what they don't tell you when you're born a woman. Yes, periods suck. But as you approach that last phase, not having one closes the chapter to the thing that the society we live in teaches us gives value to our existence. And that, my dear, is what they don't tell you when you're born a woman. Thank you.
Y'all keep it going for Sunny D. This 9th year Black History Month celebration here at Poets and Pints with Crack Walnut is popping. Y'all wasn't ready. These are the sprouted seeds. So I'm going to bring another amazing seed. We're planting a lot of good seeds here. And this is dope, right? Y'all having a good time?
Yes.
I'm so glad. So now you know to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend where you can all come in at and have a good time, you know? Enjoy some poetry. Right. I'm going to call the next artist up to the stage. This is Farah Habad. Farah is a poet and organizer based in Minneapolis by way of Oakland. With over a decade of experience in public speaking and performance, his commitment to bearing witness for his community translates directly into his approach and execution on stage. He seeks to use performance as a community building tool. You guys make a warm round of applause for Farah.
if this was my last night upon this planet, my God, I ask that you make it a blessed one. I ask that you take all the stressed ones, you take their stress, you put that stress upon this child, you place that child upon the Nile, and you give that child an opportunity to be a rose. To be the anomaly that sprang from the bricks. You know, to be that darker brother that sat in the kitchen, that ate well, that grew strong. Give me that opportunity, my God. Come on. Come on, God, just plant me deep inside your soil. You know this seed won't wither. You know not a box can't hold them. I mean, that's what my mommy said. And you know my mom was always right. Even when timing ain't, and even when my rhymes ain't tight, she let me loose on the lost world, unsuspecting with her love in my chest. And her love's never ending, and now I know it vividly. See, I know it's the truth, that a good love was slow, and that good love was you, little lady. You filled me like a Hindenburg blimp. Like some Sizzler steak. Like some gas station shrimp. I'm so much better without you. And it ain't a shame because it's true. See, I done lost my way. I was never found with you. But then the sun had peeked through, which shined a light on my spirit. I knew that I was so good. And my heart had do healing. My mother patched me up. Ooh, memory lapses. That's strange. All right.
Your mother patched you up.
She certainly did. And she shined a light on my spirit. I knew that I was so good. And my heart knew healing. My mother, she patched me up. And some shit happened. Anyway, there's usually a lot more into that poem. Memory lapses are amazing. We're gonna blame that one on marijuana. My name's Farah. This is fun. I've saw Poets and Pints a bunch since I moved here, and I was always like, "Yo, I'm finna go," and then I have a weighted blanket, so that wins most of the time. But Jessica, who organized this show, is a titan of a human.
Church.
Nah, dead ass stuff. And yeah, if Jessica asked you to come somewhere, I was gonna go on a sappy rant, but we ain't finna do all that. But I'm finna say, if Jessica asks you to do something, you feel me? You just do it. You just do it. Your life's easier in that way. And then I've done my fair number of the poetry shows around the areas. And one of the humans that I've always kind of come across was that human right there walking around, Jandeltha. And we've always crossed paths, but we've never been on a show together. And so Jandeltha, who the existence of her, y'all gonna remember, she walked out, you feel me? But y'all remember she existed at one point in time. And Jessica, when Black women ask you to do some things, you feel me? Your skin gets clearer. Your life gets better just by accepting it. Yes. Cool. So I'm gonna do a couple poems. I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. So today was absolutely, positively, immaculately, fucking deliciously ordinary. I woke up at 8:30. I picked up a cup of coffee on my way to work. I read articles about the proliferation of wild horses in Canada, the whole shift. I went home, I rolled the blunt, and I watched the BoJack Horseman marathon on Netflix in my drawers, and I burped a lot, and it was incredible. How this gets to be my ordinary, independent of anyone else's, fulfilling all in of itself. And I know this joy now in my bones because I've seen the other side of the grass and it's astroturf. I spent years and years betting blind until I loved myself enough to call a spade, and I've been up on books ever since. Now, I understand that there's like a larger number of white people than I'm used to performing to, so this is a spades reference, which is a historically African-American game in which we lie to each other. And in calling like a spade, you know, like that's like colloquialism where like a thing is the thing that you described, but like saying up on books, the books are the ways in which we calculate scores, right? And so like the person that has the most books at the end of the game wins the spades game. This is a much longer tangent than I planned on it being. But I learned early how humor can be the best armor. How I can cloak myself inside all of my inside jokes. I learned that by getting to the punchline first, I can cushion all of the blows and all of this Teflon masculinity and all of this learned forgetfulness. When I've emptied every bit of myself, tell me, how do I greet that which remains? I mean, how could I possibly wish peace upon such an unsettled thing? With all the survival this body has borne, one would think I've earned a shred of existence, but this shell is a good shell. I found a home here. This rolling stone found a place to set my hat, to pick up a cup of coffee at the gas station on my way to work, to roll a blunt or 7 blunts. And damn, what a joy all this Black history is. To live a life of note. To be remembered by those who I choose to remember. What a joy it is to be positively, immaculately, fucking deliciously ordinary. I'll depress y'all later, so we're gonna stay on this like. We're gonna stay with some giggles. So I used to work as a barista at Starbucks in Mississippi. No, but like it was weird, but like for real, I'm not like it was an experience. Next line of the poem. Wow. And it was an experience each day. A bunch of translucent tyrants would walk into the store, and each day, without fail, someone would ask me a question and then have the unmitigated gall to correct me when I respond. Like one time, there was this dude who I can only assume was named Bartholomew. And he walks in and he puts his hand on the hip of his little ill-fitting Wrangler jeans. And he says he wants something strong, so, because like I fucking work in coffee, I recommend a blonde roast. He looks at me. And then there's this silence for a brief moment. It's this brief, beautiful moment where we're staring at each other like that meme of Diddy and the off-brand Odell Beckham. And then Kenneth starts talking. He says, well, actually, I'm pretty sure that the darker the roast, the more caffeine. Now, know this about me. Every time a white man begins a sentence with the word actually, I die a little inside. My left eye twitches at the way that their pompous pompadours bounce with self-assuredness, and I think to myself, I wish there was a way to bottle white male entitlement. I'll sell that shit out of the back of an old-timey wagon with a fail forward or your money back guarantee. A little label on the side of the wagon that says side effects may include getting hired for things you're not qualified for. Having an allergy to the most basic of seasonings. Maybe a small $1 million loan to start a real estate empire with. You know what's funny? I keep tugging on my bootstraps trying to pull myself up, but I can't seem to get nowhere. It seems like the devil always got his foot on my neck. He calls that the devil calls that pressure a process. He says that it'll make me a diamond, like he ain't cubic zirconia, like he ain't never worked a day in his life, like he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his corner office. So I hand Charles his decaf dark roast. And I wish him well in like a really long drive. Because this year, I'm not arguing with white folks. No, this is the year I'll let you mildew smell motherfuckers take your 2 showers a week and be wrong all by yourselves and deal with the consequences of your actions in peace over there. And actually, I'm not intimidating Robert. You're intimidated, Samuel. And that's not on me, Jeffrey. Your fragility is your responsibility, Darwin. And yours alone, Jedediah. I freed myself of that burden, as a wise scholar once said, once from behind a hotel counter. It's above me now. One more? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, if we're doing one more, then we finna take a hard left. I was gonna ease y'all into like sadness, but here we are. Hey, my granny died. Yeah, I know, I was like mad uncomfortable. Yeah, my granny died like a while ago, and I love her a lot. And I always try to get this in one time. In any show that I do. So, poem. My mama often carried me on her back. Her spine would make forged titanium blush. She bore a strength and a calm from surviving, always surviving, nose above water. She held us high so we wouldn't taste the salt like she learned from her mama. My mama built me with care, brick by brick, each birthday, a celebration of her. All I am is a product of her love. My grandmother was a farmer for most of her life. She spent her best years nurturing things, watching them grow. She put more into this earth than she took, which is a lot more than I can say for myself. My grandmother always tells me to be present. Tells me that if I give something all of my time and all of my attention, I might find a morsel of nourishment in it, that only with consistent care can life be sustained. But the key is to find a balance. Giving it too much will drown it, and not enough will cause it to shrivel up like a raisin in the sun. At least, I think that's what she said. My Somali's a bit rusty these days. I struggle with patience. I can't sit still for long periods of time. I stare off into space for even longer periods of time like I'm looking for something, and when people ask me, I tell them that I'm looking for a garden. I'm looking for a place to find some nourishment. I'm looking for a way to ask the plants how they grow, how it feels to get enough sunlight. I always look for answers in places that don't got them. I till the fuck out of other people's fields, and I wonder why my field just won't grow. And this is the part of the poem where I talk about redemption. Right? Where I offer you like a bunch of porous platitudes intertwined with some fire farming metaphors. But I never made anything grow before. I do know the smell of my Hoya Sambus. How that smell is a beacon carrying me home to a place where an individual comes second to the village, where each member stands as a pillar holding this whole structure together, just trying to be a little more like her. My mama came to a strange land at a young age. I wonder if she finds these parts of me just as strange, this wandering spirit, this tongue covered in thorns, picked up in the sweltering heat of all of those Mississippi summers, in the bite of all of this Minnesota cold, and all of this unfulfilled potential, she still lent me in my lowest moments these words like a balm in the back of my head, whispering, Harigi ilahi ada qabsatid adunku baku furmayo. So I learned to stop holding on to things that are not of my hands. My nigga, this is a refugee poem with a happy ending. Our smiles are acts of civil disobedience. We come from mamas who make miracles in teacups and fill holes made by a scorched earth. They sing us songs of hope to the melodies of waves crashing against the rocks in Berbera. Today was so fucking beautiful because today nobody had to pray janazah. Nobody made any tearful phone calls. Today we spoke to each other in the poetry tongue. Today I wrote this poem the same way I use these stories so that they may fill our bellies. We talk loud so the universe never forgets that we hear and we know as long as we hold fast to the rope of God, the whole world gonna open up here. But in those low times, I can still almost smell the sense of Sinjabir singing to me, wafting through the windows, calling me home, calling me to a place where a village of pillars might pluck the thorns. They might remind me of where I come from, might remind me that my name is not a word, but a responsibility to make good on a life cut short.
Come on.
It'll remind me of uncertainty's calm. You know how it brought a young lady to a strange land once, and how she made it. How my well moisturized ass is gonna make it too.
Everybody in this room just grew some. Y'all give it up again for Farah. Y'all still having fun? I hope so. Because the seeds have sprouted in here tonight. I'm telling you, you're gonna grow. I'm gonna keep this show going because it just keeps getting better and better and better. And every time you think it's better, and it's better again, and some more and more. So the next poet that I'm going to bring up to the mic is Jandeltha Rae. Did I say it right?
No, it's okay.
So no, it's not okay. I want to put the vibration right.
Jandeltha.
Jandeltha. Okay. Jandeltha Rae is a storyteller, award-winning poet, songwriter, and painter from Minneapolis. Since childhood, she has enjoyed the art of storytelling through various mediums. Her work primarily focused on culture, identity, Black liberation, love, and womanhood. I love that. Much of her passion behind her work is driven by the advancement of Black and Brown people, but also women's rights. It's her desire to amplify ethnic experiences and tell stories of marginalized people with her gift. Give Jandeltha Rae a warm round of applause.
Peace and love. How y'all doing this evening?
All right.
Give me a little bit more than that. It's Wednesday. All right. We done made it halfway through the week. All right. Peace and love. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
So like you said, my name is Jandeltha Rae. I'm a spoken word artist here from Minneapolis. I'm a transitioning musician. So I'm gonna do some like older poetry if that's okay. I just want to say shout out to the other poets, Lamonte the Poet, Sunny B, and Farah that performed. Give it up one more time for them. I feel like having me go last was a setup, but it's okay. So we're gonna start off with depression and we're gonna end with hope. It's not even depression. It's really self-love if you think about it. But I took a solo trip out to Thailand for my 30th birthday and I wrote this. And yeah, it's a very reflective poem. So here we go. I was 14 the first time I thought I wanted to die. So how I've made it 16 more times around the sun is beyond me. But I'm grateful. Guess that means I'm supposed to be here, that I've still got a part to play. God cut out some more work for me to do, and I won't dare fix my mouth to complain because I already know what the edge of death tastes like. So no matter the weight of the storms forming before me, can't be much worse than the hell I've already walked through. And somewhere along the way, I learned to call myself conqueror, became commander of the war brewing inside me, fought my will to live for so long, I fucked around and learned how to love life back. Now, how's that for a happy ending? And ain't that why y'all call me strong? Y'all call me beast, y'all call me anything but a child of God. Say my strength ain't soft enough, like I ain't earned it. Like y'all hate the way I turn resilience into recipe and feed it to you niggas for dinner. These wounds, they be braille for scripture. Holy tabernacle of Mecca. I journeyed 1,000 lifetimes just to feel peace within these bones, and I do it again and again and again for another chance at tomorrow, for a taste at life, for a chance to learn how to smile and actually mean it. And these days, I be real thirsty for joy. Just learn how not to sit at the edge of a Negro's well to get it. I study what it means to be 10 toes, how to bebop some shit, how to love myself without the weight of this world's conditions. And so even on the days when I don't feel like it, on the days when my skin hangs crooked, be burnt, bruised, and broken, can't tell me I don't know what it means to overcome, because baby, I'm still here. And ain't I glowing? And to be honest, ain't too many of y'all left that can really tell me shit. And yeah, call me cocky, call me whatever the fuck, just can never call a queen like me afraid. Can't destroy a love built like this here either, because I was 14 the first time I thought I wanted to die. I went through hell and back just to understand exactly what it means to live. Thank you. Now that everybody's all sad and stuff, let's talk about Black History Month. So,
That was Black History.
You're right. So I wrote this poem, I think January 2022. It's kind of funny, kind of not, but it's actually titled Black History Month. So, white supervisor asked Black employee to perform a spoken word poem for Black History Month. Because allowing the token to do absolutely nothing during the shortest month of the year would seem a bit too much like freedom. I hesitate. Not because I don't love this gift, or the way my fingertips break harmony into scripture, or how my voice bellows with the spirit of song. I hesitate. Because beneath the layers of his ignorant inquiry, I can still hear the voice of my mother saying, baby, this here's more than just pen and paper. More than truth washed into words with hopes the metaphors come out clean. More than rhythmic agony smeared into anybody's diversity credit. See, this be more like spiritual contention. More like hands gripping pages and brown eyes reading history into song with hopes my people never forget the sounds of a war cry or shouts of glory in a Southern Baptist church. This be granddaddy's last dollar and grandmamas who never stop saying amen, a revolutionary song. To Pimp a Butterfly on repeat. Backseat freestyles on MLK boulevards and a dagger sharpened at the dusk of dawn. This is Oakland in summer of 68. Chicago in December 1969. Black bikers biking to the sounds of Philly and Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles with extra butter and 2 biscuits on the side. This be Liberia. Ghanaian flags floating to freedom. The heartbeat of Kenyasha and Creole conversation in the French Quarter. This is gangster music and graffiti inside your country club. Patrice Lumumba creeping out your crawl space. Artistic ambush with flagrant similes and hood politics with BLM for Congress. So yes, white man, although your idea of pacifism is cute, revolution is all this Negro knows. So no, this ain't talent or skill or journal thoughts I thought to write down at a white-owned coffee shop. This here's homegrown. Cornrows in the kitchen. B2Bs with 4-seat kinks that's thicker than water. Somebody tell them this be music.
Come on.
Consequential cadence from a poet with a pen and a purpose and a problem. And I'll be damned if my Black can't always be bold and soft and unique and alive. And when I speak, oh, baby, you better be ready to hear the voice of County Cullen, the tenor saxophone of a jazz band, and 2 shots of a loaded rifle, for I am the daughter of Harlem, born on the corner of redemption and rage, with a mug like Fannie Lou Hamer, mentality like Malcolm, and a body like Miss Bartman. And for as long as I shall live, oh baby, this will never be just pen and paper or poetry or an ode to all the things your people taught my people to forget. But besides, the answer to your question is no, because by the time my black ass is done, you'll be running to HR telling them all the ways in which I'm a threat. Thank you. So this next poem is also very pro-black. To all white people, I don't apologize. With the most respect. I wrote this poem a while back. It's one of my favorite poems. It's an older poem, but you know, it still goes. It's called Unapologetic. My titles be basic, but the poems be fire. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it all.
Get you a naming committee.
You know, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that. Well, Raven Simone is still trying to decide whether she wants to be considered black or just American. There are still white people that believe reverse racism is real. And as Donald Trump was becoming the president of the United States, I found myself commenting at the bottom of someone's Facebook post defending how expressive my black skin can be. It's as if I was born with limitations, as if I was born into a predetermined box of confinement, damning me away before the world could ever know my name. Well, hello, it's so nice to meet you. I'm as black as it gets. I'm Southside bred to black streets. I'm the black blood that's still dripping from poplar trees. White man tells me I'm too pro-black. I tell him I'm Fred Hampton on his best day. I tell him I'm Africa. I tell him I'm Mama's best pot of neck bones and collard greens. I tell him I'm African. I'm African American. I'm Black American. Or maybe I'm just black because I never fit into the white outlines of your America. But Langston Hughes told me himself that I too am American. How soon can we forget? The children stolen from the motherland have always been beautiful. Last time I checked, we were the ones that built this. This ain't no poem. This is the Constitution rewritten for black skin. This is for skin that's blacker than mine, black like coal, black like the ink of the pen that I used when I wrote this, black like gold that shines so bright and blinds you to the darkness of the galaxy that provides its light for the stars to shine. See, this here ain't no poem. This is the reincarnation, the rebirth of black skin. This is a beautiful soul conceived by Egyptian gods, blessed by the nation of Zulu, raised by Nubian royalty, and Stephen Biko is my grandfather. I am the female rendition of Stokely Carmichael, the daughter of Angela Davis in the next life, the spirit animal of Malcolm X, and that bad dream that keeps you up at night, baby. This ain't no poem. This here is the renaissance of black skin. This is Peter Piper picked a black child, this black girl, this black queen. I wasn't meant to be silent. You can't force feed me your whitewashed version of my history and expect for me to keep quiet. Listen, I'm pro-black equals Black Panther and everything else in between. And yes, I said I am pro-black. Don't mean I'm anti-white. It means that I'm in love with me and people that look like me. Black girls and black boys that are watching, wanting to grow up and be just like me. This is black bodies swinging in the sun just so I can have space to grow, create, and breathe. This ain't no poem. This is the homecoming of melanin. This is black girl can do whatever she puts her mind to. This is black boy is more than your statistics. This is white people are now offended, but listen, this here ain't about you. You see, I'm just a black girl that's speaking loud and prideful. This is mind, body, and soulful. This is, I'm in love with my black body because it's what my soul has been tied to. This ain't no poem. This is black joy that I can't keep within. This is love. This is real, and I hope that you can understand, but if you don't, maybe you just weren't meant to. But you will understand that I'm unapologetically black, and well, that black is unapologetically beautiful. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more, and like how far went alt left, I'm gonna go alt right. So I didn't really mean that. So I think a part of Black history is also Black love, and I wrote this poem in January of 2022, and it's like I literally like conjured up a man, and now I'm currently dating this man that's described in this poem. I'm like, go me. But again, basic title is called A Prayer for Love. Real soft, real gentle, complete opposite of what I've done. I apologize. When it's my time for love, I pray that it's sweeter than me. I hope he's outlined with the fixings of God and the thickness of culture is sewn onto his tongue. I pray that he provides more answers than questions, more solutions than problems, more progress than promises, and more air than my lungs can withhold. I hope that it is love, not based on opportunity or convenience or sexuality or wonderings of what my mouth can do outside of reciting poetry, I pray that it is love, drenched in curiosity, dripped in all the ways in which I am poetry, the intricacies of my Black being, the honesty of my flesh, and the freedom of this here tongue. I hope that man sees my hips, yet finds the frames of my mind just so much more interesting that he knows exactly who he is and where he's going, till he'll never feel the need to pull me away from my glory just so I can be his. I hope that he's so in love with the fire of his flame that he never fears the ferocity of my throne. I pray that man is bigger than me, with an ego much smaller than God's, with a heart that is honest and true, with wings that find no problem in carrying both masculine and feminine energy. I pray that man reads the wind, that he reads words, that he reads self. And when the time is right, that he ain't afraid to read me. Thank you.
Y'all give it up again for Jandeltha Rae. The Sprouted Seeds. We are at Cracked Walnuts, Poets and Pints, 9th year. And what season it? What recording number is this? We still 105s. Yeah, that's dope. This is awesome. I'm going to bring my dear brother poet Tony up to the mic.
Just gonna do a poem?
She's gonna open up our.
Oh.
I got this, Tony. Tony, it's okay. Tony, it's Pearl. It's Pearl. I'm gonna bring Tony up to the mic and yeah, give a warm round of applause for Tony.
Okay, I just got a few things and we're gonna go on a break. First things first. We always really try on this show to have a very diverse show. We have a long list of people who are white waiting in line to be on the show, and not very many people who are not white waiting to be on the show. My point is, there's these cards on the table that have a survey on the back. So if you know people who are BIPOC poets and they want to do poetry on this show, all they have to do is sign up and they'll get on pretty quickly, because I don't really have anybody waiting who's a BIPOC poet. And I really want to have BIPOC poets on this show because it makes it far more interesting. All right, secondly, we put out a book that has poets from the first 2 years of this show, which was 2015, February through January of 17. It's available here. It's $15. All of the funds go to the League of Minnesota Poets and Cracked Walnut, which we are part of. It's a nonprofit. And lastly, there is tents on the table if you don't have cash, or if you do have cash, I'm passing a hat. You don't have to donate. It's a free show. But if you can donate, again, we work on donations. We are a nonprofit. And so if you can donate, we would appreciate it. If you can't, no big deal. Don't feel bad. It's fine. Lastly, I already said that, but swear to God, this is last. Buy stuff. So Jess's book is available, and then Minnesota Black Box stuff is over there in the corner. I'll bring up the lights a little bit, turn the music back on. We're gonna have a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and we're gonna do some poetry from Jess, and then we're gonna do some open mic. Okay.
Okay. We got time for one more poet. One or two. Give it to me. One or two.
George.
Two.
Yes, let's go.
George. Come on, George. George already went up. Bring it back. Okay. One or two?
Two.
Two? Okay. Wait. That person's name not even on the list. Who did you call out?
I called out Nick.
Nick? Nick's not on the list. I got. No, Nick's not on the list. Okay. Let's go with, is that Joey? Joey?
Hi, everybody. I don't take a lot of time. I don't use mics either. This is a little something about like my experience as a very fucking weird indie rapper, low stakes type of shit. Surrounded by a bunch of other really weird indie rappers, mostly cis white dudes who fucking suck. And so this is kind of, you know, my little love letter back and forth there. I'm gonna talk shit a little bit too. It's called Can You Dig It? Let's rock it out. No other rappers in my posse. I was breaking walls down before Jericho's song was Fozzy. The rap Judas is that dude you need to watch beyond a doubt. We box it out. I block the charges like Rocky. Ain't no time for no bobbing, weaving, and dodging. I breezily eat your offense. You wheezing off throwing body blows hit. The world's finest, the god of achieving honors, the prima donna. I told the doctors, I am Pagliacci, bro. The flow, so stop and go. A lot of rap sucks, but a lot of the beats knocking though. The bar for conscious rap has been lowered down to what's thought-provoked. Impossible to tell between being clever and topical. Same difference. Hip-hop body's moving, but half of the brain's missing. The heart's been removed, and while that soul fades dim, and when I hear these dudes rap, I'm like, just say you hate women. Can you dig it? Take two. My verse pattern's different, but maintains the same mood. Now, if your name ain't Joey Z and you're a rapper, I probably hate you. I said that like 10 years ago, then it just stayed true. Rap's a game, and the name is Escape Room. To join, you pay to play and get stuck in the game loop, where the key to win is money. The only prize is money. And the goal is to pretend like all that money can't change you. Thanks, everybody!
Give it up again for Joey! Give it up again for yourselves! Give it up again for this 105th episode of Poets and Pints. Crack Walnut's very own. The seeds, the sprouted seeds. We had a great time tonight. Can I close them out with a piece? Can I close them out with a piece? Do I got enough time? Give me 3 minutes.
Yes, you can. Let me say something, and then you can just drop the mic with your piece.
Okay, come on.
That'll
Come
be
on and
better.
say something.
That'll be better than me saying what I'm gonna say, and then you do it like you doing a piece, and then me closing with.
Well, then you say whatever you
Yeah,
want.
exactly. So let me just get this out of the way, and then you can hear her. Quick couple things. Once she's done, please bring your glasses to the bar and put them in the bus tray or next to it if it's full. Bring your candles to the bar as well, please. Help and your tents, all these little cracked walnut tents. Bring those to the bar. That just helps me clean up a little faster. Thank you so much for coming. That's my thank you. And then thank you.
Also, there is our affirmation cards on your table. Please take one with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, give it to somebody else after you read it.
And if there's not enough affirmation cards at your table, there's some on some other tables. So affirm yourself and someone else. Like seriously, we live in a very hypersensitive, I don't even understand how people got so sensitive and they coined phrase trauma. There's so much shit that Black folks have been through. I don't want to hear that word. Anyways, America wrote us a check, marked insufficient funds, and we went and cashed it, being money hungry, buying into dreams that turn nightmare, forgetting creativity. See, we are 12 years past the 300 mark of the end of 1712 Willie Lynch game over. And I don't know about you, but my marching is over. I gave you this front line one last time, and no longer will I continue to put my life on the front line for all who ain't ready to go. See, what I'm trying to let you know through this poem is it's time to let go and move on. Understanding that the only thing that bounds us to this planet is our creativity. No longer will I hold out my hand for what someone else wants to give me. I'm standing for my worth. I am my own reciprocity, because the only way that you can believe that your freedom has been taken is to believe you have given up something of inseparable value. So today, I give you your mind back. You better have the ability to think independently and work together for respect through community accountability, where we do what's right just because the fuck it's right. Not justified by a system made up of unjustified efforts. It was never our need to be included within a system that persecutes its victims for wanting to be needed. So today, I challenge you to know how to need yourself. You only become stagnated in growth when you let someone place scales on your backside to see how heavy and burdened you are. Or you use those slave-made statements like, I can't believe I made it this far. No longer will I allow systems to give you a measureless mind. You're only late when you deal in time. Deal within word sound power. You have to know how to speak with an authoritative dictation to produce a God confirmation. Some call that prayer. We have to go back to our native tongue. And it doesn't have to be a language that others can't understand, because our conditions are urgent. We need all who are ready, willing, and able to stop buying into these fables, because our fucking lives are on the table. And whether you want to recognize it or not, it's not a dream, it's a wake up. See, our solution is no excuses, because then you can't go and create your own nooses. You only feel stuck and bound because you've gotten used to doing unnatural things. Stop sitting in front of the Joker waiting to see what the next punchline is going to bring. That is, if we are kings and queens. Otherwise, the next generation will have to prepare for the hell we going to bring if we don't get it right this time. How long are we going to request? Who said that our knuckles have to be bare boned and beaten from beating on doors that was locked for a reason? Not meant to keep us out, but meant to keep that bullshit in. See, doors work two ways. And we were designed winners through conception. We didn't walk or march, we swam. So I want to remove that bottom of the sea mentality. See you born producing what you're meant to be through creativity. We've always been guided by light, and we attract that in which we are. And I've already moved well enough through the darkness. So my and your position is really not that hard, because there's nothing out here being produced or reproduced out of what wasn't already here. So how can you let anything get in your way or even care when you're limitless? Now we're here. Thank you. Have a good night, all. Jessica Winnie. If you go,
go to the mic.